writers begin to transition from the Creator Institute writing phase of the book creator journey into the new degree press publishing phase, they naturally want to know what to expect. And while everyone's experiences will be unique to some extent, here are some observations collected by our fellow DEs who've been through both phases of the program. Number 1, the intensity. Compared to the writing phase, the next phase is significantly more intense. As our writers move into publishing, they'll be fundraising, revising, and producing their books all at the same time. There is something to accomplish every week, and falling behind has repercussions on their publishing date. Meeting these deadlines are absolutely critical. Because of this, encourage your writers to attend the weekly publishing sessions, where there will be many interactive pieces and small group breakouts that help them complete these tasks. On top of that, let them know that they should regularly meet with their marketing and revisions editor, or MRE, of whom they will be introduced to closer to rough manuscript submission week. Your writers will want to be on their game and highly engaged throughout publishing. The work doesn't stop just because their first draft is complete. Number 2, the overlap. Many writers are surprised to learn that pieces of the publishing phase begins even before they've submitted their rough draft. One of the most critical pieces your writer will work on while still with us, their DEs, is producing their book trailer. This is an important feature of their pre-sale campaign, which will help our writers fundraise for book production costs. At the same time, your writers should be compiling lists of people they're going to ask to contribute to their campaign, how to ask, and how to follow up, and so on. And while the overlap can feel strange and can make your writers feel overwhelmed, be sure to remind them that they will have the full support, coaching, and guidance throughout their campaign from their MRE. Number 3, revisions. With their first draft manuscript submitted, fundraising campaign complete, and the initial feedback from their acquisitions editor that flags what needs work on their manuscript, our writers will then enter an intense 8 weeks in which they will complete 2 full rounds of revisions with their MRE. But before your writers jump into a panic, remind them that their MRE will lay out a schedule for how many chapters they'll need to revise every week in order to stay on track. As mentioned before, it is intense, but it is doable so long as they stay to their MRE schedule. Number 4, book production. Once your writer has made it through revisions, it's then a literal race to keep up with all of the facets of producing a book. Copy editing, cover design, proofreading, author bio, book description, interior layout, publishing platform details in terms of setup, book categories, launch planning, marketing and audience building activities, and so on. Each of these tasks includes any number of subtasks and exercises that feed into it. Again, remind your writer of how and why it's important to stay on top of all of these deadlines. Falling behind will mean their publication date will be delayed. And finally, the biggest reminder, tell them not to panic. Take a deep breath, calm themselves down. They can do this. Tons of people have done it before them, and even more will follow suit. This includes writers with very busy lives, whether that's a hectic family life, student life, work life, or all of the above. Your writers may have to shuffle some priorities around or carve out some time at very odd times of the day and night, but publishing a quality book on time is worth the effort and sacrifices. They've got this, and they will have the structure, process, and support all along the way.